All right, good morning. So we have a jam-packed session today. I see Janet Flores, you're new for us, so welcome, welcome. There's going to be a couple others that are going to be new. We'd love having some new folks on our call. My name is Felicia Saraceno. I am one of your Productive Aging Collective coaches. I am also a senior real estate specialist, and my background is I'm a former executive director and sales director for assisted living and memory care. And I have moved well over 360 seniors into senior living. Now, today we're going to talk about something a little bit different. The number one thing that I hear, and please raise your hands as we talk about these things, and then we'll do Q&A at the end. How many of you are struggling in your real estate business right now? Of raise of hands. See a couple already up. I'm going to share my screen. I hear this every day. My business is down. The economy is down. What do I do? The real estate market has come to a screeching halt. I don't know what to do. I see this every day. I hear it every day. We get input from our students on this on a daily basis. And at the end of the day, we all have to pay our bills. And it is becoming an increasing thing that I'm hearing. I'm also hearing real estate agents who over the nationwide who are getting part-time jobs right now because they need to be able to pay their bills during this recession that we're having with the real estate market. So many of you might have had a great year so far because depending on where you are in the nation, we're seeing a difference in real estate business. Some are coming to a screeching halt. Some, like me in Southwest Florida here, we have been seeing this slowdown happen since the end of last year into the beginning of this year. And so what do we do? Well, the one thing that I'm going to share with you today is what I have been doing with my business, and it is working out beautifully for myself and my team. So we are going to talk about leveraging real estate sales to generate leads and increase visibility and grow your real estate business. Now, at the end of this, we will talk a little bit more, do some Q&A, so hold your comments until then, your questions. And then the other thing that we will do is I also have a downloadable form for you so that you can get started on this as quickly as this weekend. Okay, so let's get started. So what I call this is double the hustle. You have to boost your real estate business along with a side hustle right now. And for many of us, we're trying to scratch our head on what that side hustle is. As of right now, I could tell you that majority of our students right now joining our calls work with seniors. As we know, seniors are they make up about 58% of the landscape last year, according to NAR, of sellers within the marketplace. So we work solely with seniors. About 95% of our business here is working with seniors. And one of the things that I have implemented is estate sales. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to do this, how to boost your business, why you would do this, and how you can turn this side hustle into a lucrative opportunity for you. So, the opportunity. What if your next estate sale could help you sell your home that you have listed? Many of you have one listing. I've heard 5 listings, 20 listings, 15 listings sitting right now. And you are trying to figure out a way to boost people to come through to take a look at the home, drive foot traffic, get in more leads, and then also monetize those leads. So majority of us who work with seniors, they do have some declutter. Some items are for donation. We all know you have to sort through these. Some are to sell. Some might be staying with the home. Now, what we have been doing, and this is in the past 2 weeks, I've hosted 5 estate sales. We get a minimum of 200 people that come through our estate sale. We host an estate sale and an open house at the same time. We have multiple people there. So if you are a solo agent, ask somebody from your office if they would host the open house with you. And if you need extra people to help with the estate sale, try and see if you can bring in an intern, or try and see if you can get a family member to help you, or another agent on your team or in your office to help with that. And then we could talk about the monetary monetization point of it later on. You want to be able to have people posted throughout the home so that it's easy for guests to come in to know exactly what is part of the estate sale, what is not. And then you always want to have one person who is at the estate sale slash open house there to pass out brochures, get people to sign in, and make sure that the flow of the event is going well. Because with 200 people coming in and out, it is a lot that happens throughout the weekend. And so this really boosts your visibility, and you are really serving your clients right now who are downsizing, decluttering, relocating into their forever home or into senior living, be able to do this as seamlessly as possible while monetizing this, helping them get a little bit back in their pocket, maybe help for their move, and then also helping with your business that you would have right now, too. So, why do these estate sales work? Well, number one, the folks who come to these estate sales see that you, as the agent, the listing agent, are helping with serve a need that is very great in the neighborhood. There are estate sale companies out there, and I'm sure there is one in every single person's market. In my market, they will not take an estate sale that generates less than $5,000. Now, you might say $5,000 to me is a lot of money. Yes, it is. And or you might say $5,000 for me, it's not enough money. But what if you were to make $1,000 a weekend hosting this, and that could help supplement some of the income that you need at this point in time? And so we are seeing more and more, unfortunately, working within the senior niche market. You have family members that inherit homes, people who pass away. You have seniors who are looking to downsize and move into more manageable homes or senior living. And then you have the folks who are preparing to downsize. Maybe they haven't listed their homes yet. So you would come in as the estate sale professional to help them through this process. And then when it's time for them to enact the move and start navigating their next steps in life, you are already there. It's already in your pipeline, and you are building your listings as they're going forward. This is something that all of us want to be able to do, to make sure that we have longevity of, yep, we have these 5 listings that close this month. Well, where are our next ones that are coming through? So this is something that is very, very important for your pipeline. And then as folks are coming to the estate sale, they are starting to say, this is a great idea. Let me get rid of some of my stuff. And at the end of the day, you are serving the needs, you're serving our aging population, you are becoming the go to person for this move for them and helping them at a higher level in the real estate process. So, how do you get started? I always say start small and then go big, but you have to begin somewhere. If you have a listing right now, maybe it's an empty house. Maybe it is a listing that you need to get prepped to sell, and they have an absorbent amount of things. Many of us have dealt with hoarder homes. Last year, I think I had about 10 hoarder homes that we helped with. And getting rid of the items is something that is very important to the family. when this happens, or the senior themselves. And so you need to be able to find your first project. Now, if you have a property that is listed, that is turnkey, it's not, doesn't need anything that needs to be done, you still can utilize this. And we'll talk about that in a second. And you still can utilize that for an estate sale slash open house by bringing items in to the property. So you're going to be helping your clients out. Maybe it's your neighborhood that needs to host an estate sale or a family member. These happen in the summertime all over the US. We see this. If you live in an HOA, you could be the leader of making an HOA, your neighborhood estate sale, and getting that piece started as well. But you need to start somewhere. You are going to offer services. You provide the sorting, what they're keeping, what there needs to be donated, and then what they could sell. You are going to be providing pricing assistance and then staging assistance. Now, when we go back to the pricing assistant, I've worked, I've been in working in this industry for well over a decade. And the best piece of advice that I learned from a consignment shop is this, and please write this down. You have an app on your phone. If you don't, you could download it. It is called Google Lens. Now, Google Lens is not something that you could actually search for in an app. So you're just going to get the Google app on your phone. And when you do get the Google app on your phone, it's going to open. I don't know if you could see this. It's going to open like this. On the right hand side is a little, looks like a photo. And that photo is called the Google Lens. The Google Lens will open and you take a picture of an item and you search. And when you search for that item through Google Lens, it will tell you what it is selling for on a secondary market for the pricing. So take, for instance, we had a DeLonghi portable air conditioner that normally sold for $400, brand new, and we needed to price it because it was used. We took the pricing strategy from Google Lens and we found that they were selling used anywhere from $100 to $125. And that is how we priced it. And then, of course, at a yard sale, someone will negotiate with you. And so you are going to do this with all of the items that you're not sure what to charge for. And then you're going to gauge that for your clients. A lot of times I pre sort and price everything prior to the sale on a spreadsheet with an inventory list so that we know exactly what we're selling in the estate sale, especially if the property has, we're doing the estate sale in one section of the property, such as a garage, and then the rest of the house is sold furnished. We don't want to mix anything up, and anyone helping with the estate sale knows exactly what's for sale and how it's priced. You can also go to the dollar store and get little stickers where you can just put a price tag on them really quick and go through. Some of them are priced for you in pricing, or you can have the ones where you can write with a Sharpie on them. It doesn't take long for us to price out a sale, maybe a couple of hours at tops to organize it. And then the other thing that you're going to do is make sure that you start with a basic contract and offer. You need to make sure you have your baselines set for your clients and they know exactly what the expectations are. You're going to set up the estate sale, you are going to clean up the estate sale, you're going to price it, and then this is what your fee is. And when we talk about a split down here, it is you would offer a split like a consignment store. I'm sure many of you have gone and used a consignment store in the past, and they are wildly successful nationwide. You see the online the online stores that are selling clothes, Poshmark, Mercari, and Cherish for furniture and high-end antiques, and they all have a split. That is how they are sold. So you come up with something that you're comfortable with because your time is valuable. So is it a 50-50 split or a 60-40 split? And what do I mean by that? A 50-50 split means if you sold an item for $100, $50 goes to you, $50 goes to them. So that is your split and that is agreed upon. And these are the terms that all of our, in my area, all of the consignment stores use this model. It's either a 50-50 or a 60-40 split. And that is something that you want on a contract so that there is no guesswork later. And it's not, oh, well, I thought you were going to do, a 70-30. No, we're doing a 50-50 or a 60-40. You're going to make sure that whatever structure you come up with, you're comfortable with because your time is valuable. And then, secondly, if you have hired someone to help you, you're able to pay them for that process too. And you would negotiate with them if they were $10, $15, $20 an hour, or another split with them as well. So we're not going to get into the weeds with that. That's separate, that we could talk about that offline. So now, what do you do when you need to advertise for this? This is very, very simple. You can promote your first few estate sales without spending large amounts of money. There's so many free resources out there. So the number one resource that I use is Facebook Marketplace. I post the estate sale. I put down the items, a list of the items, and I'll tell you the number one thing that sells really, really well at estate sales is tools. Men go crazy for tools. Tools, old records, clothes, house items, house decor items, kitchen items. Those are the things that people love the most. You can create your own flyer online through Canva. I know all of you use Canva or some sort of graphic tool that you use, and you can promote this on local Facebook groups because y'all know there's a ton of yard sale ones on there. Facebook Marketplace is my favorite. And then yardsale.net, and then there's also estatesales.net, and you could look at those. Those are free to post. And I will tell you, in the past 2.5 weeks, I have hosted 5 estate sales, and at every single estate sale, the same people come. And they're all at different locations. And I have the same people, and they see it on yardsales.net. And they come with cash, and they make sure that they have everything for us. You could also do local outreach for flyers and neighborhood signs. And you can purchase for very cost effectively estate sale signs right on Amazon. A set of 3 is like $21 shipped, direct drop shipped right to your home. And you can do walkthrough videos of what you're selling as you get everything set up. This is what we're doing tomorrow. This is what our estate sale looks like to generate some buzz and excitement. Now, when I host on Facebook Marketplace, I tell them that they have to come pick it up. So I promote it in advance. It's first come, first serve. They have to come pick up on this day between this time. And if someone wants me to hold something, I'll tell them I will hold it until X time, 10 o'clock. And if they're not there, we have to move on because your job is to get rid of everything as quickly as possible, right? And this has been wildly successful. The yardsales.net has been wildly, wildly successful for us. And we see repeat buyers coming, purchasing things every single time. So it's a 2-for-1 strategy. So you could see this is one that we just hosted the other day. We did an open house, estate sale. We had folks coming through the property that is right now for sale. And then they came and all of the items are in the garage for them. And it really helps to increase your traffic within the property. And I'll tell you why this works. This property that we have right here is in a very quaint, cute community that is not easy to find. And so most of the folks who have come through for the estate sale said, I had no idea that this neighborhood was here. I love this neighborhood. It's tucked away back in the corner of this little area that we have. The houses are beautiful. Oh my gosh, my friend is looking to come down to the Naples area. I'm going to share it with her. It got so much more eyes on our property, and it really helped us to expand this property right now. So when you host the open house, you are going to also host an estate sale. Now, if you have a vacant open house, those are my favorite because you could stage the entire home with pieces for the estate sale. If you have sofas that are, you need to do living rooms, anything, you bring it all in, stage it. This is all for sale. If it's kitchen items, you're going to stage the kitchen for everything for sale. And then it also helps you to meet more potential leads. On one of these that we did at this property, there's a large master community that has, I want to say, 5 or 6 small developments within a development. So it's called a master community. And there was a gentleman who came and he said, I want to sell my home. I don't need this large home. And I want to downsize to something. I like this house, but it's missing a pool. Would you all help me find a home this size, around 2,100 square feet with a pool, and then get my home listed? So we just picked up a buy and a sell off of hosting an open house and estate sale. How many of you would like to do that right now? That's fabulous, because at the end of the day, we know that we need more buyers in our markets right now. And you can do a sign-in sheet, or my favorite is to do a giveaway. And a giveaway that I do is I partner with my lender or my title company for a wine basket with a gift certificate to a local restaurant. And so they have to put down their phone number, their name, and their email address in order to be entered in to win. And so we have little enter into win sign in sheets. We capture those leads. We follow up with all of those leads. And that's a whole nother masterclass that Productive Aging Collective does for you. And then at this point in time, who doesn't want to get a $100 gift certificate to the local steakhouse or local Italian restaurant, and so on and so forth? So it's a great way for you to capture everyone who's coming through. Make sure, of course, you have a system to follow up with them. And it really helps you to expand your network, because I can guarantee you not one other agent in your marketplace is doing this right now. We seem to be the only ones right now. And yes, my secret's going viral today. Now, a mobile consignment model. This is what I do. It's a mobile consignment model. I have repeat systems for weekend sales. Sometimes we do during the weekday. We do Fridays and Saturdays. And we consider it to be a boutique pop-up. So there's so much marketing that you can do for this, and make sure that your sales get the most eyes on them as possible. You could use your unsold items to carry over to your next property that you're hosting at. So take, for instance, I have 3 properties right now that have estate sales going on at them. We're not doing them every weekend at each. We bring key items to each of them that would help boost sales for them. We're not going to bring everything over, right? Just about a carload of items, so that we could make sure that we're moving them forward. And then we partner with local nonprofits for any items that just aren't selling. Maybe it's some clothing that's not selling, or some tools that are not selling. Tools typically do sell, I will say, rather quickly too. After the sale, or home decor items. Sometimes I've had a home that had probably hundreds of small little trinkets. We bring them over to a donation site, and then that's a write-off for your client as well, which they love that too. And we do our best to accept cash only, but you still could accept Venmo, Square, or PayPal. The reason why we don't really do a lot with Square or PayPal or Venmo, really Square and PayPal, is the fees. There's a lot of fees that are included. And as you're getting started with this entity, right? You want to keep it as simple as possible. And everyone brings cash when they come to these items, to these estate sales as well. So that's just something for you to keep in mind. I will tell you, I do keep petty cash of about 10 singles and 4 or 5, so I could make sure I have cash for change. So you get real results. I have gotten real results for myself and my team with combining these powerful strategies. We have gotten over 200 visitors at each of our properties that we have put this in. We have maintained this very well. And sometimes it's just myself running the estate sale outside, and I have an agent inside running the open house. It works really, really well. You do have the opportunity for new listings and new leads. We have seen this happen time and time again. I just told you the story of the buy sell, and I will tell you the sell is going to be close to $1 million, and the buy is going to be between 600 to 800,000. So that's a great day when you capture those types of leads coming through. And then you're positioning yourself as the go-to expert for home transitions. You're getting into the home prior to them actually wanting to pull the trigger and move. So now you're putting yourself in as the go-to expert for the home transition. This is what we want to do. We want to be that resource for them. We want to help them navigate that process, and then in the end get that home to list it and help with facilitate that entire sale. So these are my top 3 reasons for why we do this. Okay, so recap and action steps. Recap. You're going to start small. Do a test sale. You use the free marketing platforms that we talked about. Combine open house with an estate sale is a must. That's a must, because right now you want to be able to sell that listing you have and sell the items you have for an estate sale. And then you create your consignment inventory. You can ask neighbors if they would like you to sell items for them. Keep it simple, have things dropped off, do your prep. You will have a fantastic estate sale, and you will make and generate money very quickly right now in this market where you kind of need a side hustle right now. So next steps. Start planning what your first sale or collaboration would be. Make a list. Maybe it's a neighborhood sale that you would have in your neighborhood. Maybe it's a listing that you have that's empty, and you're working with other potential listings on getting their items there where they could sell them and have little boutique pop-ups in each section or each room. Create your promotional flyer and make sure that you're posting all over social media. Next is start capturing new leads. Have a conduit of doing that. Is it posting something for free? Like, giving away an item for free. So a wine basket with restaurants work really well. Partner with your current referral partners that you work with, like your title, your lender. Those are the top 2 that help me with this and creating baskets, and invite them to come as well. Okay, so the final piece of the next steps is, if you want our downloadable checklist on how to do this efficiently, how to create a contract for each of your clients, comment in the chat with your email address and I will send it to you. All right. And this is just my connect with me if you have any questions. But I am going to stop screen share and open it up for Q&A. Does anyone have any thoughts, comments, concerns? Have they done this before? Come on off mute. Yes, you are going to request the checklist here by putting your email, dropping your email in the chat. Open up the chat right here. Does anyone find this helpful?
I'll come off
Yeah, come on off from mute. I love it.
So, hi, by the way, I'm Jeanette. I'm in South Florida, and so I think I've had like a couple experiences of. I have one lady right now. I don't know if she's ever going to wind up selling her house, but I've offered to sell things like on OfferUp. I think a lot of the people that I work with, they have a lot of like reserve of having people actually come into their home. It's one of their
Mhm.
excuses to not even want to sell their home. Maybe if it's like a very cluttered situation. And so I never really like saw myself as somebody to try to like use this as a second source of income. So it kind of like it feels like I mean, obviously now the lady who I've offered to like help her sell things on OfferUp or on Facebook Marketplace, like I don't know that I would be like, oh, by the way, I would get like a commission because I haven't actually sold anything, but I haven't either suggested that I would, use it as an income source for myself.
Mhm.
My motivation is like I really want to sell her property. So, and it's just become like kind of challenging to like then go into that with that conversation. I'm just using her as an example. I have another lady in the same neighborhood who I've never been into her home. But I
Mhm.
did list and sell a property 2 doors down from her. And she keeps saying, oh, I've got to get the property ready for you. And she's
Mhm.
also kind of alluded to the fact that she has like stacks of books around and like that kind of thing. So I might be getting into a hoarding situation. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I also told her, I'll do what I can to help you. But then when we need to hire out, I will let you know. I'll let you know where my boundaries are. So I don't know. I just can't see myself like being like, okay, well, and also I would make X amount of money off of the sale of your,
So
um,
here's the thing that you have to do right now for everyone.
sure.
It's mindset.
Mm,
We are in a downturned market,
yeah.
pretty much all over the US.
Yeah.
Offering to sell someone's items on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp is scary for a senior to have someone
Mhm.
have their address and come to their home on a one off while they're by themselves.
Mhm.
Take
Yeah.
that out of your vocabulary. They don't
Okay.
want it. I have, like
Mhm.
I said before, I've moved over 360 seniors. I have had every different type of senior and family member, dysfunctional or not, come through my
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
You are offering a service at X time to do this. You, as an agent, the expert, need to get paid in order for you to continue to do this. Now,
Mm.
take for instance, when you go to list someone's home, it's going to cost you, and everyone's market's a little different depending on what your price put in. I would say photos, advertising, marketing, brochures, um, your for sale sign, 500, 1,000, $1,500 per listing. Fair
Yeah.
enough,
Yeah.
right? Fair enough.
Mhm.
What are you going to do when you have 12 of those to get up and running? And now your days on market is rounding
Mhm.
100 days on market. And so then you're going to get into this spiral where
Mhm.
you are putting funds out, ask me how I know, and not having the return of getting that listing sold. So
Mhm.
when you're doing the estate sale, which is a service that is paid for all over the United States, this is now giving you a side, in a sense, a side hustle, another form of income stream. And it's just part of the services you provide. So when you're providing listing services, buying services, navigating the senior living process is what most of us do who are part of the Productive Aging Collective. And now you're offering estate sales. And we
Mhm.
have partners that help with the downsizing, with the decluttering, with the move management, actually, of the move management, the day of the move. The estate sale is low hanging fruit. It's
Sure.
fast, it's quick, it's easy to do. The number
Mhm.
one thing that we have heard as coaches over the past couple of months is, how do I make money now? How do I lead generate? And how do I get my pipeline full?
Mm. Yeah.
You're doing this as, this is the dates that we're doing it. We're having the sale on this date and this date, typically back to back. And
Mhm.
you're getting eyes on that property as well. Now, I have
Mhm.
done a free listing for those who
Mhm.
are really hoarded. because we've done a
Yeah.
couple of listing, and then we've
Yeah.
done it once the property is actually listed again, and hosted the open house and the estate sale at the same time. It
I like
works
that idea.
very,
Yeah.
very well. And when I had a house last weekend that had probably about a half of the home to sell, half of the items that we normally sell. We brought in other items from other properties to
Oh,
help
smart.
to get that home full. Mirrors, artwork, bigger items that are going to help, benches, things that are
Hmm.
easy for us to carry within our cars, right?
Yeah.
And we were able to bring a couple of carloads over, get it set up, and then start the entire sales process for that. Now, this may not be for you. And if it's not for you, if you're not a salesperson, that's okay. This is just another conduit to help those who are stating, I need income right now.
Sure. Sure.
And so,
Yeah.
what we have done is our team is doing this. And in the past, I say 2.5 weeks now, we have hosted 5 of them, and it's helped to bring in some extra funds for them, but it's helping getting more eyes on these properties. I'm in off season right
Yeah.
now. Florida's in off season. Getting
Sure.
200 people through a property in off season is unheard of. Because I
Yeah.
checked the tracks and I asked people, how many people have come through your open house? And they're like, 2 sets of couples. Well, we have 200 coming through because of
That's
this.
amazing.
And it's
Wow.
helping to get that
Mm.
property, more eyes on the property, more people through. Like I had mentioned before, brand new listing that we have in a really quiet, sleepy little neighborhood that no one even knew about. I didn't know this property, this entire development was back here of almost
Right.
100 homes. This is helping your clients see that you are going above and beyond what the average agent does, and you
Hmm.
are going to do what it takes to get this property sold. It also shows all of the folks who are coming in, or the neighbors who are thinking about selling, I want them
Hmm.
to sell my house. Look at how
Right.
many people came through their house. So it's a
Right.
great pipeline lead generator. I don't use OfferUp. I only use Facebook Marketplace because
Okay.
we need to sell right then and there. We list the times, we list the days. This is when it is. We stick to that. I do not go before or after the estate
Mm.
sale at all. This is the time that I have time blocked for it. So we're very,
Gotcha.
very strict. So for those of you who are just joined, because a couple of you joined and we're going to wrap up, um, put your email address in below and we will send you our checklist and our mini contract that we do with our clients to get started on this. Like I said, start small. Maybe you want to start with your neighborhood and host a neighborhood sale. Easy to do, easy to coordinate. And these are just some lead generating ideas for you. Because at the end of the day, this is what we are hearing from our folks who are part of our masterminds. And we want to try and give you some ideas to start making some funds right now. So, any other thoughts, comments? But that was a great one. I love it, Jeanette, and
I just
welcome.
wanted to, and I thank you. I did want to tell you too, you did give me an idea because actually both of those homeowners that I was referring to, they live in this, they're like within a half a block from each other. So to have the one who's really hesitant, have her
Hmm.
bring some items over that because she has a lot of like big, I mean, kayaks that are worth like thousands of dollars, but I mean, like
People
beautiful
love
ones.
those.
And so like to bring some of that bongo drums, like they're easily portable. And she's like you said, she lives by herself. She's worried to have people
Mhm.
come over. And she has a warehouse full of things that she's like, do I sell them? Do I not? I'm like, yes, you sell them. Like, but
Yeah,
I
you
know.
don't want to donate them. And
Right.
you always say that the number one thing that people say is no one wants your stuff. No one wants to be
Right.
left with your china or your stuff.
Right. Right.
But there's a market for this. And what we have
Hmm.
noticed, the biggest thing that we have noticed is the repeat customers that come and buy things up. They take carloads away of tools,
Right.
home decor. And we actually asked, what do you do with these?
Mm.
They come from other areas that are outside of our area, and then they resell them at their consignment store. We don't
Wow.
care what they do with them.
Sure. Yeah.
Our job
Right.
is to get rid of stuff. I don't care what
Wow.
they're doing for them, but what these folks do is they take the profits and they send them back to their family in Cuba to help
Yeah.
them and
Yeah.
help. And we said, you know what? As long
Go
as they're
for it.
paying the prices
Yeah.
that we have and that it's
Yeah.
everyone's agrees on, we don't care what anyone else does with those items.
That's
Our job
awesome.
is to get the home cleaned out as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And then
Awesome.
for
Thank
the
you.
items that, yeah, which helps. And the items that we don't sell, we give
Mhm.
to like Habitat for Humanity, Salvation Army, Avowed Treasures is another one for us, and so on.
Very cool. Thank you.
Yes. All right. So I know we went a little over. Does anyone else have any other thoughts, questions, concerns? Found this helpful? Well, we have a bunch of emails. I will send you the checklist. I hope you found this to be helpful for those of you who are asking us for how do I make money right now? I don't want to have to get a part time job. What do I do? This is a surefire way of ensuring that um, you have an idea, you have an actual surefire way to make income this weekend, next weekend, the weekend after, and so on and so forth, right at your fingertips. And it is really easy to do. It's actually fun. I will put the last spin on it. We we actually have fun. Um, we have music on. We have our title company bring in some small snacks and food and water. We have a lot of fun, and it's kind of addictive right now. But at the same point in time, it's helping in off season. We're in off season down here in Southwest Florida, get more eyes on the properties. And my sellers seem to just love it. So I'm happy to share that with you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can connect with me. You can send me a DM right on social, and I would be happy to connect. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you, Felicia.
Thanks.